It's playoff time, baby, and I'm not just talking baseball. New York City FC is back in the MLS postseason with a round one matchup against FC Cincinnati, and that goes down tonight. Can the City Boys make some noise? That's the question. Let's get the answer from Roberto Abramowitz. He provides the Spanish play-by-play for the City Boys. Roberto, man, live on scene right now at what? TQL Stadium, they call it? TQL?
It's TQL Stadium here in Cincinnati. It is an absolutely stunning facility, holds 25,513 people. For the most part, they sell it out all year long. It doesn't seem like it's going to be a sellout tonight because Monday night, kids in school, it's a little bit of a different thing. So had this been a Saturday, then maybe they probably would have sold it out. But still, they expect a very large crowd. Definitely over 20,000, and we're going to see if New York City can come out of here with a victory. Cincinnati hasn't been playing very well at home lately.
Yeah, for playoff soccer, my kid is going to be late to school the next morning because we are going to be at the stadium that night prior. All right, Roberto, let's get into this one, man, because the City Boys are walking into this one 3-1-1 in their season, and one of those wins was against FC Cincinnati. So would you say that New York City FC has the momentum going into the playoffs?
I like the way that New York City finished the season. I mean, we always seem to have these moments for New York City. In 2021, Guri Torarenson scores the goal in Atlanta like 6 games before the end of the season and breaks a 509-minute streak of not scoring goals. And then New York City never lost the rest of the way and wound up winning a championship. And then this year, 5 games ago against Inter Miami, they did basically the same thing. This time it was James Sands with a header in stoppage time. And New York City tied that game against Inter Miami. And so with that, ever since, they were doing very, very well. They only wound up losing. They wound up winning their next 3 games after tying Inter Miami. And then they lost in Montreal by a score of 2-0 in a game that meant absolutely everything to CF Montreal and really didn't mean much except for seeding as far as New York City FC is concerned.
Well, you want to be playing your best football at this time of the year, so they're playing good football as a team, but individually, who's been balling out? Like, who's a player or some players that can put this team on their back and that we should keep an eye out for when we watch tonight?
Well, Alonso Martinez has been absolutely special for the team this year. When they finally gave him the opportunity to take over the striker position almost midway through the season, and he just has not given it up. And he has been very, very good. He's got 16 goals this season, leading the team. And he's just a very accurate shooter of the ball. He's shown that since he came to the team last season. And every time that he gets a chance, you have almost like half a chance at that ball finding the back of the net. He's very, very accurate on his shots, and he's got a lot of speed to burn. If Cincinnati decides to play a little bit high, then New York City's going to be throwing some long balls that Martinez can latch onto. And he's been very, very deadly in those situations.
All right, we're primed for a Martinez moment tonight, but who would you say needs to step it up or get back to playing at a high level?
Well, I think everybody pretty much has been playing at a high level. I want to see the defense do a little bit better. This hasn't been a team that's been able to get many shutouts this season, and I think that for them to be able to get one tonight would definitely make a statement. Matt Freese is just an excellent shot stopper, but he's been facing too many shots as far as this season is concerned. So New York City has to do their best to stop guys like Luciano Acosta and Yuya Kubo from being able to get open opportunities to be able to shoot. Luca Orellano, who's moved in from left wing now to forward, I mean, he's somebody who's extremely creative, and New York City is going to have to be very aware of where he is at all times.
All right, so how do you see this game going, and what would you say is the keys to a victory?
I think the key to the victory for New York City is scoring first, because Cincinnati has been lights out when they score first. And if they lead at halftime, they haven't lost in 8 games, and they've won 17 straight since last season. So I think it's very important for New York City to be able to score first and then make Cincinnati come out and play. What we saw in Montreal might be something that Cincinnati might like to adapt, which is if they score first, then they go and they basically park a bus or two behind, in front of the goal, and then it becomes very difficult. That's what wound up happening in Montreal, because New York City was dominating that game against CF Montreal. Against the run of play, Montreal scored the first goal, and then after that, they just sat back, and New York City had to try to break down to a double low block. So if they're going to have to do that, then guys like Tavon Gray and Kevin O'Toole are going to have to be key, because they're going to have to get open wide and be able to provide really good service and accurate service in the box. But if New York City can score first, that means that Cincinnati's going to have to come out and play, and that's going to give more opportunities for New York City to be able to counter and maybe put some long balls behind the defense, and that's where Martinez really, really shines.
Score first, play defense, recipe for success. And if you guys are watching on TV, you can check it out on Fox Sports 1. You can also stream it if you're subscribed to Apple TV's MLS Season Pass. But if you really want to have some fun, Roberto, tell the people they can watch you do your thing tonight.
Well, they can listen to our call, and you can match our call to the TV stream. It's not that hard to do, and you'll be able to listen to our game on the New York City FC app, and then just pick Spanish, or if not, you can go to newyorkcityfc.com/radio, and there that will take you to tune in. And again, you'll be able to listen to it there. So I hope that people listen and like our broadcast. And we're going to be doing this all postseason long.
Sounds like a party to me. Roberto, thanks for taking the time out of your day and joining us, man.
Oh, it's special. Thank you so much for having me, Brandon.